Hello and welcome to today's episode. I am thrilled to have you join me as we embark on a journey to explore one of the most profound questions humanity has ever pondered. Does meaning exist inherently within the universe, or is it solely a construct of the human mind? Throughout history, philosophers, scientists, and thinkers have grappled with this very question. The idea that the universe might possess an intrinsic meaning challenges the often held belief that meaning is something we project onto an indifferent cosmos. Let's begin by considering the everyday instances in which we create meaning in our lives. Every time we find significance in a sunset, feel moved by a piece of art, or experience a profound connection with another person, we touch upon something that feels larger than ourselves. Could these moments hint at a deeper, objective meaning embedded within the very fabric of the universe? The notion that meaning is not just a human projection, but something discovered and co-created through our interaction with the world is a fascinating perspective. It suggests that when we engage with the world through art, science, relationships, and acts of compassion, we are not merely assigning meaning arbitrarily. Instead, we are actualizing latent possibilities within existence itself. Consider the words of the psychologist Carl Jung, who said, "Man cannot stand a meaningless life." This recognition of our intrinsic need for meaning points to something fundamental about our nature. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, delved deeply into this in his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning. He observed that even in the most harrowing circumstances, those who found meaning in their suffering were able to endure unimaginable hardships. Frankl introduced the concept of the will to meaning, proposing it as the primary motivational force in humans. He wrote, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." This brings us to the concept of the existential vacuum that Frankl described, a state where life loses meaning, leading to feelings of emptiness and despair. In a universe perceived as meaningless, it's easy to fall into this void. Yet, if we consider that meaning might pre-exist as a condition waiting to be realized, we open ourselves to a universe rich with purpose and significance. The question then arises, does meaning originate solely from our minds, or is it woven into the cosmos itself? If we entertain the idea of an inherently meaningful universe, we begin to see the world not as a collection of inert matter, but as a dynamic system imbued with purpose. Modern physics offers intriguing insights here. The observer effect in quantum mechanics, for instance, suggests that the act of observation can influence the outcome of quantum events. While interpretations vary, this phenomenon challenges the strict separation of subject and object, hinting at a more interconnected reality. Philosopher and scholar Joseph Campbell spoke about the power of myth and the human quest for meaning. He said, "Life has no meaning. Each of us has meaning, and we bring it to life. It is a waste to be asking the question when you are the answer." Campbell's perspective highlights our role as active participants in the creation of meaning. Our consciousness doesn't merely reflect reality, it shapes it. Our thoughts, intentions, and actions contribute to the unfolding story of the universe. Artistic expression is a prime example of this dynamic. When an artist creates, they are tapping into a wellspring of possibilities, bringing forth something that didn't exist before. This act of creation not only imparts meaning to the artist, but also resonates with others, transcending individual experience. Similarly, scientific discoveries unveil layers of reality previously unknown, expanding our collective understanding and enriching the tapestry of meaning. The transformative power of meaning extends beyond individuals to societies. Movements driven by shared values and purposes have the ability to reshape cultures and alter the course of history. Think of the civil rights movement, where a collective yearning for equality and justice propelled significant social change. The meaning derived from the pursuit of these ideals became a catalyst for transformation. As we consider these examples, it becomes evident that meaning functions as a kind of energy, one that can influence thoughts, behaviors, and even the structures of societies. This energy propels us forward, guiding us through life's complexities and challenges. Yet, the idea of an inherently meaningful universe doesn't necessarily imply that all meaning is readily apparent or easily understood. There may be deeper layers of significance that elude our current comprehension. The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard suggested that life can only be understood backward but must be lived forward. This acknowledges the mystery inherent in existence and the ongoing journey of discovery we all share. In embracing our role as meaning makers, we affirm the existence of meaning within the universe. Each act of creating meaning reinforces the idea that we are not isolated observers, but integral participants in the cosmos. This perspective encourages us to find purpose in our lives, to engage with the world actively, and to contribute to the unfolding of the universe's inherent potential. Albert Camus, the philosopher known for his exploration of absurdism, wrote in The Myth of Sisyphus about the human struggle to find meaning in a seemingly indifferent universe. He concluded that, even in the face of absurdity, we have the power to create our own meaning. Camus stated, "The struggle itself is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy." This highlights the resilience of the human spirit and our capacity to assert meaning even when faced with the void. Moreover, the intersection of science and spirituality offers fertile ground for contemplating meaning. Contemporary thought leaders like physicist Fritjof Capra have explored how modern physics aligns with Eastern philosophy, suggesting a holistic interconnectedness of all things. In the Tao of Physics, Capra writes, "Science does not need mysticism, and mysticism does not need science, but man needs both. This synthesis points toward a universe where meaning arises from the intricate web of relationships that constitute reality. As we navigate our own lives, the search for meaning becomes a central theme. It's what drives us to pursue passions, build relationships, and strive for goals. When we encounter suffering or adversity, it is often our sense of purpose that sustains us. By recognizing that our quest for meaning is part of a larger, perhaps universal process, we can find solace and inspiration." Returning to Viktor Frankl's insights, he believed that meaning can be found in every situation, even in suffering. He emphasized that what matters is not the suffering itself, but how we respond to it. This perspective empowers us to transform our experiences into catalysts for growth and understanding. In contemplating whether the universe holds inherent meaning, we might consider the concept of emergence in complex systems. Emergence refers to phenomena that arise from the interactions of simpler elements but are not predictable from those elements alone. For example, consciousness emerges from the interactions of neurons in the brain, yet it cannot be fully explained by examining individual neurons. Similarly, meaning might emerge from the complex interactions within the universe, from subatomic particles to galaxies, culminating in the conscious reflections of human minds. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke touched upon the enigma of existence in his letters to a young poet. He advised, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart and try to love the questions themselves." Embracing the mystery allows us to remain open to possibilities and to continue seeking understanding. In conclusion, the question of whether meaning exists inherently within the universe or is solely a human construct remains open. However, the very act of exploring this question enriches our lives. Each moment of meaning we create or discover adds to the tapestry of existence. By engaging with the world thoughtfully and passionately, we not only find purpose for ourselves, but also contribute to the greater unfolding of the universe's potential. Let us embrace our role as co-creators of meaning, recognizing that our lives are threads in the vast fabric of the cosmos. As we do so, we may find that the universe is not indifferent, but resonates with the significance we both seek and embody. Thank you for joining me on this exploration today. Until next time, continue seeking, questioning, and creating meaning in your own unique way.